Yo, 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 what is up, everyone? This is Records and Rants, episode number 3. Today, we're talking about a lot of stuff. We're going to be going into Chillhop to see what Dixon thinks about it, listening to it for his first time. The fall 2021 Chillhop Essentials, to be specific. And then we're going to rant about something. Well, actually, I don't know what we're going to rant about. I didn't run that one by you. And to run it by is my co host, with me as always, Dixon. How are you?
Wow, wow, wow. What an energetic introduction. I'll tell you what. I like it.
I tried. I was starting to stumble over like a drunken sailor at the end, but I think I pulled it together, I guess.
Really high energy. Really love the vibes coming into this new season of Records and Rants. It's interesting because the vibes are high, the energy is high,
Oh, yeah.
but the music is chill, specifically
Wow.
chill hop, which is interesting.
Wow, I love it. That's that's great. That's great. By the way, if you're listening and you have the attention span of like a cricket or something, there's timestamps in the description, or you could just go to the timestamp bar below, and you could skip to the record portion or the rant portion if you want to. That's a new feature, Dixon. I don't know if you saw that.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed
Yeah,
that feature a lot. It really gives the listener some control over what they want to hear.
exactly. That's what I figured as well. I mean, a lot of people do these clip channels, but maybe we will at some point once we get more subs. But right now, I think
Uh,
just divvying it up will work pretty well. I don't
right.
know. What it's always playing the algorithm. You always got to see what the algorithm wants you to do. But
That old scam.
yeah, I know that friggin'
Yeah.
scam. But I would say, I would say lately we've been doing pretty well with it. I mean, at least recently with our new uploads. I think this whole format, the titling, the energy, everything that we bring to this show, I think it's been working pretty well.
Yeah, really, really high level stuff, and I'm really happy to be on this journey with you.
Of course, I mean, I love it. I wouldn't go on the journey with anyone else, Dixon. I'll tell you that right now.
Nobody could handle this journey, I don't think, as well as we have. We've adapted, we've evolved.
Yeah.
We're seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. I like it.
Well, I've tried this journey before with other people. We won't name who, but it kind of fell apart real quick.
I really enjoyed that channel you guys had for a minute. I really did.
A lot of people say that they did enjoy it. Like it kind of upsets me because I mean, Dixon, we were going to start that just for everyone who's not aware. I used to run a gaming channel, and it was just me and an mutual ex friend that me and Dixon both had, and we would just play video games and commentate over it. And a lot of our friends like actually found it kind of funny and actually
Mm,
enjoyed it, which was interesting. I didn't think that would be the case, but one person backed out. We won't name who, and they didn't want to do it anymore.
yep, big back out.
Yeah, so what are you gonna do? I remember I bought an Elgato like streaming thing that was like this was way before. This is like probably 2009, I would say,
Wow.
and this is before people even did like commentary video gaming stuff. I'm telling you, I think we would have blew up in that limited time frame, that little span where like the gaming community was just growing. Now everyone's a let's player. You know what I mean?
Everyone's doing it.
Yeah, everyone is doing it. No one's doing what we're doing
Wow.
though.
No, it's a very niche, perhaps too niche of a market that we're exploiting here, which I'm happy about.
I mean, but you go into these forums on Reddit and everything like that, and everyone's like, "Oh, you can't be too if you're a podcast, you can't be too broad because
Right.
two guys talking about stuff has been done forever. You got to niche, put it down in the niche." And people are like, "Oh, I used to talk about hockey, but now I talk about this friggin' Norwegian team, like the farm team, and I get 30,000 downloads an episode." I'm like, how?
Yeah, it's
Who?
amazing.
I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what's going on. I really got to work on that, and I apologize for that, Dixon. But we'll get that stuff up and running.
It's trial and error, just like everything else, just like life.
I think it is. I think it just on the advertising front is where I lack. I think I could do all the digital stuff, all the production, but I feel like as far as advertising, I fall behind.
Well, I'm supposed to take over the Twitter account. I have to get
Oh
on
yeah.
that. I haven't been on that Twitter yet because
No.
it's basically like a barren wasteland over there for a month. There hasn't been an update.
It might be time to make a new one and just like wipe the slate clean, just start fresh.
Is that what is that how the algorithm works?
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised. If they see an
Hmm.
inactive account that comes back, I would not be surprised if they're like, oh, we're going to push you down because you haven't been active on this for like 3 months or whatever. But
Yeah, I do quite a bit. I do well, not maybe quite a bit anymore, but I still do some selling on digital platforms like eBay and stuff. And if you don't list, you don't get views, and if you don't list, you don't make sales. But so I've been bumping it back up. But it's interesting because at some point it just kind of like wipes the views that you have clean until you start like listing consistently again. So it's pretty
see,
interesting. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So like you lose that momentum.
Yeah, it's all about momentum. But that's what I've noticed. Is like I'll maybe like list stuff like for a solid say 4 weeks, and maybe I take a week and a half off, or I'm traveling or something,
Yeah,
and I don't list. I'll notice okay, definitely decreased sales, but then I'll start listing again more consistently. Within 2 weeks, you start to get on the rebound with sales and stuff like that.
that's that's some good insight right there, and I think it works that way for a lot of things. It kind of sucks that like we all have to game the algorithm now, like for everything. It's like, oh, my Twitter account, like how am I going to play the algorithm? Oh, on YouTube, the podcast, how am I going to game the algorithm? It's like it's frustrating. It's nice in a way because it's there, I think, to help, but at the same time, it's hard for content creators such as ourselves. But I mean,
Mm.
you're
Yes.
already a business magnate, Dixon. You're selling stuff. You've been doing this for a while.
Yes, I'm somewhat of a magnet. Yes, absolutely. Just
Yeah.
just for good vibes and good friendships like yours.
Wow. Good vibes. Hashtag good vibes. Peace sign emoji. Uh, vacation emoji.
What was that last emoji?
I don't know.
Vacation
I
emoji.
said vacation emoji. I don't know what I was thinking. What popped in my head is like the good vibes, like the like the e girls or like these girls you see in bikinis on Instagram all the time. Like
Oh,
it's all
oh yes,
yeah, we all see them, but like
we all see it.
yeah. But no, what I'm saying is like their bio is always like good vibes and like, oh, be positive. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's easy to be positive when you're paid to just your life is a vacation. Like that's all you do. how how is it hard to not have good vibes?
It's always funny when you see the bios. It'll be like Idaho to LA with like a with like
Yeah.
a with like with like an airplane emoji, or
Yes.
it's like like southeastern Maine to Miami, like something like real random. It's funny.
Yeah, no, it's always like that. It's some godforsaken wasteland like midwestern state. Not that we don't love the Midwest, we love the Midwest here. But
Love
like
the Midwest.
yeah. But it's some like super unpopulated state that doesn't have a beach and then inevitably they move to a place that has a beach and has like a lot of rich people that live there.
Yeah, pretty much. And then they're paid by whom I'm not too sure, but there's some sort of exchange happening where the
Yeah.
basic job is just a documenting their vacation, like you said, endless summer, if you will.
Yeah, no, that's really what it is. Now from what I've heard, some of these people they like. Okay, so let's say a girl has like a lot of like followers. Um,
Okay, right.
like a sometimes a place like let's say like I don't know sand like
Right.
a resort company will contact them and say, hey, come come here, we'll pay you, but you got to take like 10 pictures a day and post them and tag us in it, like say where you
Oh,
are,
gotcha.
and
Right, right,
that's
right.
like free advertisement for them. So that's one of the ways they get paid. So they're not actually like getting paid, they're just they're covering the vacation.
You
that's
see that
that's one thing.
fire? I'm sorry, not to cut you off.
Mhm.
Did you see that Fire Festival documentaries? I think there's one on Hulu, one on Netflix.
I
About what a
yeah,
sham that was.
I forget who I watched that with. I don't know if that was with my girlfriend or who I watched that with, but yeah, that's that isn't that crazy?
That's amazing, and that's
What a,
basically what it was. Always the influencers, and there's nothing behind it. That's all it is.
no.
It's just the social media facade.
It's really sad. It's really sad that we're here.
I think the first indicator should have been that the main guy is Ja Rule, circa 2001. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's not tossing up red flags for you. I mean, I mean, in the spirit of records and rants for the music side, I did enjoy his music. Ironically, I'll say that
Yes, yes, yes,
it's
yes.
like yeah, it was he has a different kind of voice,
Yeah, I always enjoyed it.
but yeah, then he drops off the deep end and he comes back with Fire Festival out of nowhere. That's red flag, guys.
Yeah, I would say so. Now we know better. Anything Ja Rule's involved with, just stay away.
Yeah, just avoid at all costs. Just get out of
I don't know
there.
how I don't know how Ashanti puts up with this. It's just
Yeah.
constantly Ja Rule and
Uh,
Ashanti for decades.
Poor Shanti.
Amazing. Yeah, really.
Oh
I
man.
was so, so I was listening to this chill hop, and I'm familiar with chill hop. You're an amateur verging on professional
Wow.
producer of some chill hop stuff. And
Yeah.
I listened to Sirius XM Chill, and I want to get into explicit details here, but a lot of times when I'm in the hot tub, I'll put that on
Oh,
in the
okay.
background.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see where we're going.
Put it on. You have the tiki torches going. It's a really good environment because kind of like you said, it's chill hop. It's lo-fi. It's good.
Yeah.
So I really like, for starters, I really like the cover art with that like raccoon or panda or one of those animals on the cover.
Yeah, like I always love that aesthetic as well.
Yeah,
And this Chill Hop Essentials, this like whole company started this, and I don't know if they like hired someone to do the art or whatever, but like it's become big. And so anytime you see Chill Hop, anytime you see like their channel, it's always the raccoon and like some like animals and like they're in a forest or what wherever they are, but I do like that.
right.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And I'm
Yeah.
I'm surprised that there's such a big range of what the vinyl actually costs, like anywhere from like $25 to like $47, which I thought was interesting. You could different markets have different prices, which I thought was different.
Yeah, no, I don't understand that either because I bought it right from their website and I got the quote limited edition vinyl, which was like
Oh,
yeah, it was an orange press and that I believe was
that's
40.
cool.
Yeah, that was $40. And it looks awesome. I love it. The what's the art called when you look in the in the fold in the actual
Like the
cover,
gatefold.
the gatefold. Yes, the
Yeah,
gatefold art is really nice. And yeah, no, I really liked it. But anyway, yeah. So I think that's where the range is. I think you either have like the regular vinyl, like the black, or you could get the
gotcha.
limited. So, but they still have. I think I got number like they got like number 1,300 and something. So they have 2,000 of them. So there's still friggin'
Oh,
700 left somewhere.
I was gonna say it's limited to the number that they're going to sell and make,
Yeah,
whatever it is,
yeah.
whatever that
Just
number is. That's what we're limiting it to.
oh well, they keep buying them, so I guess we just have to throw.
Is it texture? Is it a textured cover? I wish it were.
No, it's not.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that
Yeah,
would have been nice.
unfortunately, yeah.
So on first, when I was looking at the track listing, I thought my favorite song was going to be "Fall Came Early" all together. It's "Fall Came Early" one single word.
Fall came. Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, I thought that was going to be my favorite song. Really wasn't though. I love the title. Love the use of the small letters butting into the capital
yeah.
F. So it looks like you're kind of getting confused there for a minute.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I really liked. Wait, where the heck is it? Ancient Paths by Inzala.
Oh, Ancient Paths. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a really good one, and a lot of people say that too. Like if you look on like comments and stuff like that, a lot of people like Ancient Paths. Now I haven't heard much from Enzala, but
right.
I probably should because that is probably my favorite track on there too.
Yeah, what I liked about it is that it kind of had a pretty unique transition. Like you said, you listen to some of this stuff and it kind of just flows into one another. But this one like had like the way it was set off. I liked how it like kind of stood alone. Like you
Yeah,
could be alone, but it also kind of works together with the whole thing. But you have like a defined beginning and end, if you will.
yeah, I like that too, and that's kind of like one of the I would say criticisms of chill hop and lo-fi and stuff like that. It's because you don't really have like there's no like distinct kind of sound. So like when you're listening to this on vinyl, you might not have
Hmm.
any idea that the song like even switched. You don't
Gotcha. Yeah, I can see that.
that I mean that's really the unfortunate thing because you don't have lyrics or anything like that, and it's all kind of the genre itself. And I made a video about this, Dixon, as I'm sure you're aware. But the
Hmm.
genre itself is very limiting in that aspect. It's all kind of like jazzy guitars, kind of like some kind of like aesthetic sound in the background, whether like leaves crunching or whatever. But
Yeah.
it's
Th-
more I think about the feeling that it gives you when you listen to it.
yeah, that's what I noticed too. Is like some it'll be like this real like chill, like you said, aesthetic,
Hmm.
kind of even keel, just kind of vibrations, if you will, and then it gets into like this real like jazzy like saxophone at one point.
Yes.
Like sounds like it's about 3 miles away, but you can still hear it.
Yeah.
Like that does that's I kind of forgot about that aspect of chill hop, which I don't necessarily know if I'm a huge fan of.
Okay. So you don't like the
Yeah.
jazz aspect of it?
I don't like the like it'll be like sort of like just somebody wailing on a saxophone 6 miles away and you kind of hear the reverberation from it. Like I'm
I
not sure
love
if
that.
that like yeah, like I don't know if that's like I don't know. I like it standing alone. I really, really do. And there's this DJ I think we talked about him before on the show, Yato, and he tours with Above and Beyond. I think he's on Above and Beyond's label. He kind
Yeah.
of has like this elevator music vibe, and it's all kind of the same BPM, all kind of the same stuff. Very rarely does he throw that in there, but for whatever reason, it works without it. And I think that's the same thing goes for some of these tracks. I really like the band called or the artist. Well, there's two I really like. Sleepy Fish. I really like that name. And
Oh, that's good.
also, and also, yeah, Sleepy Fish, and then Evil Needle. I really like that. It's pretty good.
Now, do you just like the names or like the songs that they had on there?
Well, Fall Sleepy Fish was Fall Came Early, which I thought was good. It was my favorite. I thought it was going to be my favorite, but I
Yeah.
mean, when he's killing it when it comes to the names and titles. I mean, keep doing what you're doing. And then
Oh, for
Evil
sure.
Needle was Spirits, and that was really good. I really like that too. Evil
Now,
Evil Needle and Misha.
okay, okay. Now I see.
Yeah.
Like, I can't see. This is the problem too. Like, I can't really. I know the one that you mentioned that was your favorite, Ancient Pats, but like trying to like think of these in my head, it's kind of hard
Right. Right.
unless you're like, oh, I like that song. You pick it out and you listen to it like a bunch of times. That's really the issue. And if you go to these people's like individual like channels or whatever, they don't really have that many views. So
Right.
it's more like people just buy this just to listen to it, and that's really what chill hop and lo-fi is about to me. It's like this.
Right.
You're not like it's not like, oh, I like that artist, because you can't really do that because they all kind of sound the same to a point, unless something
Right.
really
Right. Right.
sticks out to you.
Yeah, to me, it's not an album I'm going to pull out and recycle every so often. I think there's just going to be more of these albums that I would just keep listening to. You know what I mean? Like I would just keep listening to them without having like I'm okay. I'm gonna go listen to this song again. Like you
Yeah,
said, unless it's like I really want to go back to it. Like, it just seems like it's just an endless loop that I could just kind of jump into whenever I want.
yeah, exactly. I don't think this is for something like, oh, I need to like I gotta go listen to that one song. It's like, hey,
Yes,
I'm waking up. It's a Sunday morning. I'm gonna cook breakfast or I'm gonna sit out on the porch, and then you just have this playing. Like that's what I
you're big
think
on
this
this
is.
with. Yeah, you're big on this with cooking breakfast, and I totally
Yeah.
understand it. I totally understand it. Absolutely, it absolutely, totally makes sense. I also really liked "Virtual Evening" by. I was originally going to say Sigyn, 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 but I
See
think
what?
it's just Cygn.
Yeah, CYGN. Yeah.
Wow, how mysterious! Just
Yeah.
letters with spaces. Oh my gosh,
See, like I
unbelievable.
hate that. I hate that kind of stuff. It's like, come on, you're
I
trying too
know, I
hard.
know.
You're going for the whole aesthetic, like the word space out and everything. Like we get it, okay? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's enough is enough. When are you gonna get a real job for Christ's sake? We get it. But then the other one I like too was The Shortest Day Alone. That was Psalm Trees and Chico Balbin.
Okay,
I really like how it's called Psalm Trees because it's just like palm trees, you know?
I do like that too. That's actually pretty.
Yeah,
That's actually pretty clever, I would say.
yeah. Overall, I mean, this is definitely a solid listen. I really did enjoy it. I didn't have anything, I wasn't opposed to it at all. Like I said, it's just one of those genres and one of those pieces of music that I'm probably not just gonna I'm not gonna be eager to wait for the next release, if you catch my
Yes,
drift. Yes, and I'm just
yes.
gonna keep because at some point there's just gonna be more of this coming out, and I'm just gonna pick up and be like, oh, this is kind of cool, and then move on.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Like
yeah,
it's
when
just
they
yeah,
when they come out with their 2022 release for like spring or summer or whatever, I'll pick it up.
right,
But like, I'm not gonna be eager for it. It's just gonna be like it's again, it's more of the same. You can't really reinvent the genre. You can't really change it. It's kind of
Right.
more of the same until you get people that are like super talented that could change something with it. It's like you get more of the same, but it's a same good thing over and over, if that makes sense.
Totally with you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Give this one two thumbs up.
Wow, I like that.
Um,
I got to start incorporating ratings on my
I
reviews.
was gonna say,
Yeah,
what's your rating system gonna be?
I don't know. Should we do it should we do it out of five records out of five or five?
five five ice cubes out of five, something like that.
Yeah, I like that. Oh, this one's real chill. I'm gonna give it five cubes out of.
Five snowflakes. I don't know, something like that. Something
Yeah.
that incorporates your name and also the genre. And boy, I really didn't realize how your name Ice really is appropriate for the chill
Oh
hot
yeah.
version.
Yeah, I'm surprised
Yeah,
I never played that. I'm surprised I never played on that
yeah,
and make it like my stage name or something.
yeah. It's
Probably.
wild.
But no, I'm glad you liked it, and yeah, I'm probably gonna give this a listen tomorrow because I'm off work tomorrow, and while I make my
Oh,
breakfast, I'll I'll probably throw this on in memory of your rating.
what are you gonna make?
I'm gonna make the old eggs and bacon, I think.
Just scrambled eggs and bacon?
Yeah, scrambled eggs and bacon. That's usually my go-to.
Any cheese?
I'm weird. I don't like the cheese. I'll put hot sauce on, but no cheese.
Okay. What kind of bacon? Regular bacon?
Yeah, regular. I do not like thick cut, if that's what you're asking, because
Yeah.
I just don't like how it cooks. I could really control like the crispiness of regular cut bacon, but once you get to thick cut, it starts to get kind of weird. Like some parts burn more than others, and some parts cook quicker than others. I don't know.
Mm.
I haven't had luck. What about you? What's your go-to?
I'm not a big fan of straight up um bacon. I like turkey bacon actually.
Oh, okay. I do like turkey bacon too.
Hmm.
They're both pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not a big. I've never been a big bacon guy for whatever reason. I don't know. It's just not my thing. But I mean, I'm not opposed to it at all.
Yeah.
I'm not going to seek it out. Just like Chillhop.
Wow. Okay. Chill hop is to bacon for you. Okay, I got it.
It's good. You enjoy it, but I'm not going to get out of my way to buy the latest release of bacon or Chillhop.
I like that. That's a really good way to sum this all up. That's good. Good stuff.
Well, I'm glad we could break this down. This is pretty good. So
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
awesome.
So anyway, I guess we'll very formally move on to the rant section of this glorious podcast.
The second R of the R and R's in our episode.
That's right, and I label them too in case anyone forgets what we're doing here. So
That's a good thing.
yeah, so what we're gonna rant about today?
You were really fired up. You were really fired up about Mr. Elon Musk's
Yeah,
demand to return to the office.
I didn't like that. I was actually very surprised that Elon said that.
So what didn't you like about it? So basically what he said is what? So if you basically said remote workers really don't do a whole lot of work.
Yeah,
Very few exceptions to the rule. But in reality, if you're going to be a remote worker, you have to plan on spending a minimum, and I think he put in parentheses, I mean a minimum of 40 hours in the office.
yes, yeah. So pretty much telling you have to work full time in the office, and then
Yeah.
if you have extra work, then you could do it at home.
I have to imagine that a job like that at SpaceX or Tesla has to be more than 40 hours a week.
I would say so, especially if you're an executive, like you're probably
Yeah.
doing like I know a lot of people like to joke around and say like, oh, like executives, CEOs, like they don't do a lot of work, but like if you're a high level executive, you're probably running a lot of shit, and it's probably
Right.
super stressful. I would imagine,
Yeah, I would think so too.
on the phone out all hours of the night answering emails. I mean, I'm sure you get compensated well for it, but yeah,
Is
I
it
mean,
worth it?
yeah, is it worth it? Who knows? But
Yeah.
but yeah, he did say everyone is required to spend a minimum of 40 hours in the office per week. uh,
So why didn't you like that?
I I just thought it was I thought it was a little aggressive, but at the
Yes,
same
it is
time
aggressive of him.
I'm I'm just not seeing I'm not seeing how this benefits him. Like unless he's seeing something
Right.
that says like, "Hey, our production is down," or or something like that.
Hmm.
But I mean, if you don't have like hard numbers for this, it honestly just comes off. It comes off kind of boomerish. I hate to say it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny because I was talking about this with my father, you know,
Mm-hmm.
who's in that boomer range, and he's one of the few guys that absolutely loves his job. Absolutely loves what he does. Loves the
Yeah.
people he works with. Loves getting up at the crack of dawn. Loves driving in there. Loves every aspect of it. And his whole take was that, he said, you work from home. He said, after you work in the office, he said, if you look at my career, he goes, I learned stuff from being around people. I learned stuff from being in the office. I interacted with people. I got different perspectives. And
Yeah.
he said the problem with remote work that he sees it is everybody's in their own silos. They don't have any crossover interaction, and it's not good for the overall progression of what you're doing or trying to do. And it kind of ends up hurting you in the long run. And I told him I disagree. My whole goal is to work from home.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
okay. Let me put it this way. I guess it's for certain people. Like, because if you look at his email here, it's specifically to executive staff. Now,
Right.
does that mean it's like for some engineer who's there? Like maybe they only have to come in a few days a week, or or what is it? You know what I mean? I guess the answer is it kind of depends. And I agree with you that I mean I could get my job done at home. I could make phone calls, I could have Zoom meetings, whatever. Sometimes I have to go out to places to look at things, but
Hmm.
for the most part, I could get my job done at home. But
Right.
to what you were saying before, or what they were saying rather, that you interact more in the office, which I do understand that because I'm more
Hmm.
likely to get up from my desk, walk 10 feet, and ask someone a question than I am to do it at home. Because at home, I'm just like, maybe I'll send an email out if I have a question. And then if you do send an email out, you don't get the whole back and forth. It's just like they answer you. That's it. You don't get extra detail, things like that. So I understand it to a point,
Right.
but I
I
mean,
guess, yeah, good.
no, I was gonna say just to cut out work from home like altogether. I don't.
Yeah.
It just seems kind of old school. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
if Elon's seeing like crazy downturn or something like that, then I understand. But I can't imagine the executive staff is like friggin' off while they have this job. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be definitely hard to believe. I think the other thing too, one of his takes on it too, is like when it comes to, we're talking about recession, we're talking about inflation, all those kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
Working from home, when it talks, you consider stimulating the economy when it comes to buying fuel, getting out there, the commute, all the overhead stuff you have to do, certainly impacts the economy overall. If you have, I don't know, 40% of people working from home, whatever,
Sure.
that just to me is just, yeah, it's an argument, but in reality, I mean, where are you going? I mean, it just seems like it's a straw grasp. Like, oh, you have to buy gas to stimulate the economy. Get wrecked.
Yeah, yeah,
You
exactly.
know?
That's not
Yeah.
my job to do that.
Yeah. Right.
Don't put the onus on me to do that. That you got yourself in this position. That's not my
Yeah.
fault.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
I mean, if you want to go to the whole COVID thing, that's the reason people have to stay home. I mean, I think that's done now. That's over. You know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
we
100%.
all had the vaccines, the masks, all that crap. So I think
Here
using
we
that
are.
as an excuse, yeah, and here we are. We're still alive. I think using that as an excuse is stupid to work from home. I am
Right.
my argument is just that there's nothing wrong with working from home. If you're not getting your job done, then I could say yeah, you get reprimanded and you say okay, you have to start coming to the office.
Right.
But if you're getting all your work done, then what's the point?
Yeah, there is a lot of it's got to be, you always see those in those job postings, self starter, whatever. I think you got
Mm-hmm.
to have some level of that where you can kind of um be able to kind of function on your own without somebody breathing down your neck, which I'd argue is probably more conducive. Be able to kind of just focus on a task, not have to deal with somebody
Yeah.
stopping by, not have to deal with, okay, my boss is in the office behind me, I better look busy, that kind of thing. I mean, we're all guilty of it. How many hours a day, a week? Okay, I got all my work done. I'm just going to pretend like I'm doing something, you
Yeah,
know?
I mean, I would say almost close to 100% of people all do that.
Yeah,
You get your
exactly.
work done, and then you're just stuck in the office, and you're just wasting time. Everyone does it.
Yes, exactly.
And I think if you're in a job that allows you to get your work done and then you're done, then that should be it. And then being at home, like you're less stressed, you're not micromanaged as much. It's just a better environment. And
Absolutely.
and I would argue
100%.
that you probably like if your morale goes up, if your workforce morale increases, then you probably have better workers. They're probably more willing to do stuff,
Hmm.
and that's it. Again, you could look at certain people if they're screwing up, then yeah, go after them, tell them they have to come in the office or whatever, put them on some kind of like improvement program. But other than that, I don't know. I
Yeah,
was I
exactly.
was I was just shocked because I always saw Elon as like a guy pushing the boundaries and like we could do that. You could do this now. Like this is a different way of doing it. That's how we're doing it. But for him to come out and say that it was interesting.
Yeah, that's it too.
Mm-hmm.
I was definitely I was surprised too because he's one of those guys. I think he is that's focused on okay, what makes sense, not we have to do this because
Yeah, yeah.
And he has that one interview where they're like, oh, we have meetings, but if you take 10 minutes and if the meeting's not benefiting you or you're not contributing to the meeting, you should just walk out. And the guy said, he goes, oh, he goes, wouldn't it be rude to leave? He goes, no, it's rude to stay. So that kind of thing, when he talks about, oh, you have to be in the office, I guess it's just maybe he's noticing a lack of collaboration. Maybe he's noticing a lack of evolution or innovation. Who knows?
That could be it. I mean, I guess I'd argue that like if you're seeing that, then there's other steps you could go to.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I don't know, just kind of just kind of intense. He even said he even said here, I thought this was pretty funny. He said, moreover, the office must be where your actual colleagues are located, not some remote pseudo office. If you don't show up, we will assume you have resigned. Pretty
That's
tough words.
that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
The subject is to be super clear, by the way. That's what it says.
That's great. That's hilarious.
Oh man.
Well, I guess everybody's heading back to the office. I mean,
Yeah, I
whatever
guess.
the the executive branch of Tesla is heading back to the office.
Yeah, no. I mean, I honestly I don't really feel bad for them because they probably make insane amounts of money. So whatever, they could go back to the office. That's fine.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, and they're headquartered in Texas now. I think he moved the operation down to Texas,
Yeah, I
California.
heard that. Yeah.
So you're in the office a certain period of time.
Hmm.
You used to be fully remote, but now you're fully you're hybrid,
Hybrid.
as they say. Correct? Yeah.
Yeah. We went to the hybrid plan, as they say.
And how's that working out? Okay.
I guess it's okay, but it's one of those things where it's like I get a lot of my work done, and then I'm just sitting in the office, just
Yeah.
doing. And I see a lot of people do that. I
Yeah.
mean, is it good to have meetings and in-person meetings? Yeah, but I would argue that I still don't have to be in the office as much as I do. That's just the way I see it.
I think the one good thing that came out of COVID is hopefully, ideally, we're thinking about the way work is done, and we
Yeah,
thought about it, and we're kind of evolving how the way work is done. Because all those meetings, it's all nonsense. It really is. It's just
yeah.
95% of those meetings are just absolute nonsense. It's a show. It's it looks good. We're sitting down, we're making it formal, but in reality, if you need something, you get it done somehow.
You are exactly right because
Yeah,
I'm thinking back to the meetings that I've had. It's like it's usually just one person talking, everyone else is just kind of chilling there, and then
yep,
it's like this could have been done in like an email or something. Like you could have just summarized. Like there's no reason for this. They're pointless. It's nonsense.
yeah. It's absolutely it's completely. I don't know who started that idea, but it's just completely ridiculous. Also, the
Who
forty
knows?
hour work week is a
Well,
total
yeah,
total
that's
BS move.
that really is. I wish if you were considered a professional that you could just get your work done and then you could just go home. Like
Yeah,
if your
exactly.
boss is like, "Oh, hey, you gave me all your deliverables. Like you have everything handed in, like you're done. You could just go home."
Hmm.
That would probably make people work a lot harder, I would say.
Yeah, I would think so too. Because in reality, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna finish my stuff and I'm done. And you talk about productivity stuff. And now, granted, now does I guess it's might be a slippery slope because in theory you convert everybody to salary.
Yeah.
So in the it kind of would balance out, but in reality, is your salary going to be lower based on what your position is, based on
Mm,
the number of hours saved that are logged, or if there's times you have 3 solid weeks where you have to work overtime, and it's I always hated the salary
yeah, me too.
positions,
Yeah. Well,
because it
it's
never
kind
evens
of
out. Yeah,
no, it doesn't. If you're working salary, you really you get stiffed. I remember my last job I worked, there were a lot of times where I worked like 60-hour weeks and
right.
you don't see a dime for that.
Hmm. Yeah, my last job was salary as well, and it's like, oh well, we'll kind of even out if you have to leave early and stuff. There's never an opportunity to leave early. It doesn't
No,
happen.
no, no. It's always, hey, could you stay later?
Yeah,
Yeah,
unbelievable.
it's a lot of BS.
What a trash society when it comes to work.
Yeah, we really got to turn this shit around. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
one day.
Or
Now what?
like now, let me ask you this: 4 hour work week, 4 10s, or just 4 8 hours, or what do you think?
Now I like the idea of being able to do 410s because then you get the 3 day weekend. If people are willing to
Mhm.
do it, I think you should have the option to do that.
Yes, 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 yes.
I like that. I would absolutely do that. 410s.
100%.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's always nice to have the option. Yeah. What about you? What do you think?
I'm on board for that. Definitely. I'm definitely on board for that. I like to, the geographic region where I live. It's really hard to get things done on a Friday anyway. Everything kind of
Yeah.
shuts down on Friday afternoon.
Hmm.
So it's even if I really wanted to get something done on a Friday afternoon, it's really hard to because people are just doing their thing, just how it is. And so it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me to sit around there for a couple hours, just literally doing nothing
Yeah, it's
by
stupid.
myself most of the time.
Yeah. Why would you do
So
that?
yeah, so I just kind of do my own thing. I usually end up leaving on early on Fridays. So,
No, that's good. So you're making your own time then.
making things happen, ice, making my own time and making the hops chill, if you will.
I love it. That's what we got. That's what we got to do nowadays. That's we're the new generation. We're chilling and we're hopping out of work
Chilling and we're
early.
hopping, and you can't stop us. It's over.
Yeah. I love it. That's great.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Well,
Well, do we have anything else we want to touch on?
no, no. I guess that's everything. What are we gonna get? Okay. Before we go,
Oh
let's talk.
yes,
What
yes,
are we
yes.
gonna do next week? What are we talking about next week?
All right, let's think about this. So
Give a
I
little
listened to Chill.
preview.
I listened to Chill Hop this week. So that means are you supposed to listen to something now?
Yeah, yeah. We'll go back and forth.
All right, let me think of a really good album
And
that I want you to listen to.
if you can't think of something now, you could
Oh
always
no.
text me. Oh, you got some. Okay.
Oh no, I think I want to listen. I think I'm going to go in a different direction. I think I
Oh
want to
boy.
listen. I want you to listen to it. And let me look up the title so I know what it is for
Okay.
sure.
I'm
And I
I'm
think you're going to be.
I'm honestly nervous.
I think you're going to be. What the hell? Uh, stand by. Stand by.
I'm gonna put the
This
Jeopardy
just came to me
music
for
on
whatever
for
reason.
this.
Yeah. I want you to listen to "Raising
Mhm.
Sands" by Robert Plant and Alison Krauss.
Raising Sands.
Just no. Why do you always pluralize everything?
I don't know. That's how it comes through. I don't know.
Just raising just one single grain of sand.
Okay.
Raising sand by Robert
Okay.
Plant and
Okay.
Alison Krauss.
Robert Plants and okay, I got it. Okay, okay. Now, like I always said, if anyone doesn't know, I go into these blind, so I usually don't want to know the genre or like anything really. But Dixon, you know me. Do you think I will enjoy this, or do you think it's going to be a weird listen, or what? What do you think?
I'm just trying to throw things that are random in the mix because so far you've hated all the selections I've given you,
I
and they're really solid album, which is amazing to me. I can't even get over it.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it is with me. I think I just don't like the genre from like the 60s and 70s, to be honest with you. I
I
think
hear you. You're on a different wavelength. That's cool.
that might be my problem. Like I guess I don't know. There are some songs around there that I like, but I mean Pixies, Doolittle, like
Right.
that was fantastic. I really did enjoy that, but I feel like that all the Beach Boys centric stuff has been a miss for me, honestly.
That's what I'm kind of going in the opposite direction. This is just
Okay,
a
okay,
random album. I just thought of it just randomly. I'm thinking this might be a good album because I recently revisited it. Just kind of not even like as a serious revisit. I think I was in the airport and I like it. I think
okay.
it's good.
All right, perfect.
You'll possibly remember Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin.
Oh, okay. So this is a Led Zeppelin guy. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, yeah. So if you're
Uh,
into Led Zeppelin, which I'm gonna be honest, I never been into Led Zeppelin. I don't think they're a good band. I think they ripped off all their music from the Faces, but it is what it is.
wow. We should make a whole we should make a whole episode about that. We could go off on that. That'd be interesting.
It's just not my thing.
Dixon says, "What about Led Zeppelin?"
And it's amazing because Led Zeppelin has had such a moment probably since 1999 because their T-shirt is in every J.C. Penney, Kohl's, whatever it
Yeah,
is.
what's up with
You know,
that? What's up with that?
I think I had a Led Zeppelin T-shirt at one point, but it's just not not my cup of tea. And there's people I talk to that are like diehard Led Zeppelin fans, and Led Zeppelin is the greatest band of all time, the best band, all this kind of stuff. I just don't agree.
I don't know. We'll have to discuss it another time. But next episode we'll talk about raising grand single or raising sand. Oh my god, I can't even talk. Robert Plant,
you
Alison Krauss. Okay, I got you.
you crack me up, man. It's awesome.
Good stuff.
I'm looking forward to your take on it because, like I said, it's a completely different direction. I think it has some chill aspects. It's not chill hop, it's nowhere near it, but I think it's a very
Yeah.
chill, easy listen.
All right. Well, I'm excited to get into it. It should be good.
All right, sounds good.
All right, guys. Well, we will see you in the next one, and thanks for listening.
Peace. Oh wow, really?